Hello, my name is Alaka Wali. I'm an anthropologist and curator at the Field Museum in Chicago. And together with my partner and dear friend, Rosa Cabrera, we started working on bringing together these diverse communities that we were encountering throughout Chicago, represented in their cultural centers and museums that were dotting the neighborhoods of the city, but often were not recognized as museums or cultural centers by the city. And we brought them together in a program called Cultural Connections, where people would have the opportunity to think about similar traditions across all these cultures, like weddings, and where people would celebrate the creation of a new family through a wedding, but each culture would do it in its own way. We would have different traditions, and then we would talk about our different traditions and talk also about why family matters across cultures. So it was an idea to think about what are our common concerns and then our different responses to those concerns. In the course of doing this program, Cultural Connections, all of the centers, the museums and heritage centers that participated got to know each other, and they wanted to keep going and continue doing programming in their own way. So they worked together to create the Chicago Cultural Alliance, and it was launched in 2008. And now, more than 10 years later, we're so proud that it's a thriving organization. Today, there are festivals at the center that the Alliance holds annually, including the Dumpling Festival, which is happening now and annually, and also Inherit Chicago, which brings together the different core members and cultural centers to talk about our differences, but also our common concerns. And I'm so proud that it's grown from this small idea that we started back in 2005 and is now an organization of over 40 cultural centers and museums and partners, and doing something that's so unique and so Chicago. I'm very proud to be part of the Chicago Cultural Alliance. I was so delighted when the Alliance staff asked me to bring a taste from home to all of you virtually. We're so sad that we can't all get together for our annual gala mosaic and celebrate together the way we always do. But this is very nice too, because we all get to share a little bit of our heritage and our own take on our own heritage. And today, I'm so happy to share with you a recipe from my mother. And I'm actually in my mother's home, visiting on vacation. And there she is, Alaka Wali. And she has been an inspiration to me. And she is also a very creative force in her own right. And she created this recipe, which we call Saffron Cheesecake, soon after she came to America. And she and my father loved to entertain. They would entertain their colleagues from the university. And so she thought about how she could make something that had Indian flavor with American ingredients. And that's so immigrant, isn't it? It's such an immigrant story where we improvise, we do things to continue our traditions, but we also change our traditions and we innovate. And that's what this cheesecake I'm gonna make for you today is all about. It's about taking American ingredients and turning them into a little taste of India. I hope you enjoy. So Mom, tell me how you thought to make saffron cheesecake all those years ago.
The idea came to me because in India, whenever we make something sweet, like it is called Srikhanda, we always add saffron and cardamom to that
dish.
So idea came to me that this is a similar dish, and if I could add that saffron and cardamom, then it will work. And it really did. And I'm happy that my daughter is spreading the new word that this is my mother's cheesecake, and I hope it's a great success to her.
There are 2 secret ingredients in this cheesecake that give it its distinctive Indian flavor. And the first is cardamom, which you see here as whole pods. And then when you open the pod, you get these little seeds, and you can crush the seeds and make a fine powder, or you can buy ground cardamom at any store today. The second ingredient that makes this cheesecake special is saffron. And saffron are those pollen stems of a particular flower that grows particularly in Persia and was highly prized, and it has that amazing scent, and it gives a distinctive color as well to anything that you put in it. And between the saffron and the cardamom, it is what makes the cheesecake Indian, because anytime you make a special sweet in India, you use these saffron and cardamom to give it that delicious smell and flavor and color. And they are also the 2 most expensive spices in the world. So they actually they symbolize the specialness of the dish, because you've gone to the trouble to use this saffron and cardamom. So the guests, when you serve it to them, they know they're special because you've used this incredibly expensive spice in making what would normally be an ordinary cheesecake. So because these spices are so special, when you use them, your guests know that you think of them as being special, because you've created a dish that has this 2 amazing ingredients, 2 of the most special spices in the world. They give it this distinctive color and fragrance, and it just is like nothing else you've ever tasted, this saffron cheesecake. So here's our cheesecake straight from the oven. It's about to get chilled overnight. As you can see, it's a beautiful saffron, orange and yellow color with flecks of cardamom sprinkled. Enjoy, and please support the Chicago Cultural Alliance.